SADC leaders are considering a report from President Jacob Zuma on progress made with his facilitation role in Zimbabwe. And more than 10,000 young people across the Free State have descended in Bloemfontein for the province's main Youth Day festival. With a news update, I am Busima Kudulela. SADC leaders are considering a report from President Jacob Zuma on progress made with his facilitation role in Zimbabwe. As SADC facilitator, Zuma was appointed to help Zimbabwe implement the provisions of the Global Political Agreement signed in 2008, which sought to get that country ready for this year's elections. President Robert Mugabe, also ZANU-PF leader, has unilaterally set July 31st as the election date. But both factions of the MDC, Mugabe's partners in the unity government, insist on reform of the security services and access as preconditions for elections. ZANU-PF negotiator Patrick Chinamasa, also the Justice Minister, disagrees with the MDC.
If they are agitating for reforms, ZANU-PF is saying table specific proposals on the table for our consideration. The disagreements may come later to make those disagreements as part of their election platform. If we get elected, this is what we are going to do over these issues. If we get elected, this is the way we are going to dictate the future reforms. But we can't be bound by the desires of a few people. The elections are for everybody, not just for a few parties.
More than 10,000 young people across the Free State have descended in Bloemfontein for the province's main Youth Day festival. They were ferried by buses from 5 regions in the province. Speakers at the event have warned the youth to refrain from self-destructive behavior. Tebogo Letsaba reports.
The day was celebrated with music and dance, but youth highlighted their concerns about drug abuse, unemployment and poverty. Premier Ace Magashule says they've heeded the call.
We must live together in a prosperous South Africa. We must live together as South Africans, black and white. We must learn from the past and we must build a better country.
The scourge of HIV/AIDS also remains a critical challenge highlighted by the youth.
Former President Nelson Mandela's family continues to visit him at the Pretoria Hospital, where he is receiving treatment for a recurring lung infection. Madiba's daughter from the first marriage, Makaziwe, has arrived at the hospital. Makaziwe is accompanied by her daughter, Tukwini. Earlier, Mandela's other daughter from his second marriage, Zinani Mandela Dlamini, also paid her father a visit. She arrived just before midday in a black German car along with other family members. Mandela Dlamini, South Africa's ambassador to Argentina, arrived home this week following her father's admission to the hospital. Mandela, who's receiving treatment for recurring lung infection, has been hospitalized for the 3rd time this year. Meanwhile, 1,000 kilometers away, Madiba's home village in Qunu in the Eastern Cape is abuzz with journalists from all over the world. Today, Madiba's cousin Florence Mandela was buried at Qunu. Although a little-known member of the family, her funeral attracted a large Minda contingent. Madiba's grandson Mandla Mandela told mourners that Madiba was recovering well in hospital and was looking bright when he visited him a couple of days ago. And finally, 2 pressure groups have separately expressed resistance to e-tolls today. DA leader Helen Zille has told an election rally in Newtown, Johannesburg, that one of the few things the ANC-led government managed to deliver in Gauteng was what she calls a highly unpopular and inefficient open freeway tolling system. About 5,000 people attended the rally. Separately, motorcyclists under the label Bikers Against E-Tolls have ridden a circuit around Greater Johannesburg, disrupting traffic on the city's major freeways. Bikers say they received a lot of support.
I hope they will listen, because if they don't listen, about 70% of the riders are not going to register anyway.
We're here to support OTA and against the e-toll systems, and we hope that it will be successful. And quite a lot of bikes today here. You can see that the people are really against the e-tolling. It means that the government have to listen